Hey guys, so today we're going to be diving into an exclusive brand that you can find at Dollar General. It is Believe Beauty. This is their beauty line that you can find exclusively at their stores. So if you guys are curious to see what's inside, how they apply, and what I think, then just keep watching. So they were kind enough to send me this PR package custom made for me. So let me show you what I mean. Inside says hashtag time to believe. And they included a foundation that would match my shade, which I believe they did this late spring, so it's probably my more pale shade, but we will bronze up. They included a foundation, a lipstick, brow powders, eye palette, face palette, liquid lipstick, contour, and eyebrow products. So we're going to be trying all of these today, and I'm going to start with the foundation. Okay, this is the Skin Finish foundation. It says medium to full coverage, and I have the shade Soft Beige, which might actually work. It is sealed, which is nice, so you know no one has messed with it. I believe it's a glass bottle, so that's pretty nice for a dollar store. Okay, so it is a pop-off lid and a pump inside. Let's see what the foundation color looks like. That actually looks like it's going to be a good color for me. They did a great job matching me. So I have my Maybelline Face Studio sponge here, so I'm just going to work off of what I have on the back of my hand with this sponge. It's not too runny, it's a good consistency. Okay, so this side has about 2 layers of the foundation. I would say I'm getting about medium coverage. I wouldn't say full coverage, at least not with a sponge. But it did cover kind of some of my active acne breakouts on my chin, slightly covered birthmarks, slightly covered the under eye circles. So I would say it's like a nice medium coverage. I'm getting like a satin to dewy finish look. It doesn't say on here what finish it is, so that's my guess. So this is the side with the sponge. I'll try the other side with a brush. I use my Kevyn Aucoin angled foundation brush. I definitely think the brush is the way to go with this foundation. It applied really smoothly, and I feel like I got better coverage with one coat with the brush than I did with two layers of foundation with this sponge. This definitely shears it out a bit. It's a pretty good shade match for me right now, maybe a little bit on the light side, but nothing that a little bronzer can't fix. So I'm going to go ahead and add concealer and powder, and we'll be back to try out the rest of the products. Okay, I added a little bit of concealer and powder, and my face is now much lighter because I used translucent powder, which generally lightens my face anyway. So how about we move on to bronzing? We have this little trio here from Believe Beauty. This is the Get Glowing Highlight and Contour Palette for light to medium skin. It says bronze, blush, and highlight with the perfect contouring trio. Okay, let's swatch them and see what they look like. Okay, so we've got bronzer, which might be a little bit pale for me, blush, and highlight, which is a very kind of like peachy golden color, which would work probably better for medium than light skin tone, but we're going to start off with a little bronzer. Use my Juno & Co. bronzer brush. I think it works well to warm up the face. It's not really doing much for contouring, so I wouldn't call this a contour shade. I would just call this a bronzing shade. Okay, my face is slightly warmed up, not much contouring, but at least it's matching my body a little bit better. Let's move on to this blush shade. I have a Sonia Kashuk blush brush. Very dusty, like it's fluffing out up in my face as I'm applying it. but the shade's nice. Okay, so I'm looking a little bit warmer, bronzier, glowier. Now let's try this highlight shade. I have a feeling this might be too dark for my skin tone, but we'll give it a try. Actually, that looks okay. It looks like a nice match for my skin tone right now. Alright, so that highlight is nice. It actually looks pretty nice on my current skin tone, so I like that. So in a pinch, I think this will do the trick. It doesn't really give you the cool tone to contour, but it does warm up the face. It's a nice bronzer, nicely pigmented blush, and a really pretty highlight. So I like this so far. And the foundation looks alright. I have no complaints as of right now. It's not full coverage, but so far so good. Next up, let's do the brows. We have a brow definer pencil, and they sent me the shade light brown. We also have a universal brow kit, which is powder. So we have a combination of like cream, powder, and pencil. Okay, so between the pencil and the brow powder kit, we should be able to make something work here. I think I'm gonna start off with the cream and see what happens. I'm gonna brush my brows up first and then kind of fill in with the gel and then the powders. Okay, I'm not a big fan of powder brow products, but we'll just brush it through and then finish shaping with a pencil. Okay, maybe now that I have this shape, the powder will work better. So let me try to fill it in with the powder. The pencil was really dark, so I kind of have to go with a darker shade of the powder as well. Okay, so the brows are a little dark, but I actually really like this pencil. It's creamy, but it has a nice sharp point. You do have to sharpen it, but I thought that it worked really well at kind of defining the brows. So I like this one so far. This one I probably won't reach for much. I just prefer a pencil over a powder product for my brows.
Oh no.
I totally forgot about this dual-ended contour stick, so let's check out the colors on this one. Here's the contour and here's the highlight. That would have been a nice contour color, but that probably would have been too deep to be a highlight for me. So I will use this in a future look and give you my thoughts in the description box below. Forgot to use this one. My apologies. Moving on, we have a couple of lip products. We have a Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this one is in the shade Mischief. And then we have a Satin Crush Lipstick in Vintage Romance. So let me see what these look like. So here is the lipstick shade right here. That's Vintage Romance. That's really pretty. And it looks very similar to this Mischief liquid lipstick. No real scent that I can detect. So here's the lipstick, here is the liquid lipstick. I think I'm going to go a little bit softer today, so we will try the lipstick bullet. It's very creamy, easy to apply. A slight chemically fragrance when you breathe in, but if you're not sensitive to fragrances or like tastes, you probably won't mind this one. It's not strong. It's nothing like the L'Oreal lipstick fragrance. It's nothing like that. Just a slight hint of something. Has a nice like satin finish to it, not shimmery, not glossy, and definitely not matte. So I do think satin is the right description for this. So this is good for Dollar General. That's pretty nice. Last but not least, we have this eyeshadow palette. This is the Nearly Nude. These are the colors. We will start off with swatches. Ooh, they feel really soft. So here are the first four. And then the last two. So you get pretty much everything you need to make a full look. You get a matte brown, a matte like bone shade, and then for shimmers, this one would be a great inner corner or brow highlight, so that's where I'm going to start. Pop that under the brow bone. This would probably also make an excellent highlight if you have a fairer skin tone and the one in the trio did not work for you. Ooh, look at that. That is bright. Moving on, I'm going to dust this light one all over the lid. Now this color palette doesn't really go with the lipstick choice that they provided, but we will make it work. Next, I'm going to go into the only other matte shade they give me and kind of start building up the crease very lightly. This looks very pigmented. Okay, it took some building up, but we eventually got here, so that is the matte shade in the crease. And then I think I'm going to go in with, I honestly want to go in with this bright shade again all over the lid. I think this applies better with the finger than it does with a brush. Definitely. I'm going to go back in with the crease shade just to clean that up a little. And then I'm just going to dust a little bit of this brown shade on the lower lash line as well. And then I'll do the same for the other eye, and I'll be back to show you the finished product and tell you my thoughts on all of these products. Okay, so this is the finished look using the Believe Beauty line. I think that my makeup turned out really nice. My skin looks smooth and almost flawless, so I am liking this foundation so far. We'll see how well it lasts during the day. But so far it looks really nice. It's a little bit light for my skin tone right now, but like I said, I could definitely fix that with my regular bronzers. Moving on to the face palette, I like the blush and the highlight shade. The contour shade is more of a bronzer. It's not really a contour shade unless you are super, super fair. But it does do a nice job of warming up the skin. So I'm not loving this shade so much, but I like the other two in the palette. So 66% of the palette I'm enjoying, just one color that I'd have to reach for a different product. So I'll let you be the judge of that one. The brow products, while the powders and this kind of like cream setting gel, whatever, work fine, it's just not my preference for a brow product, but I really like this brow pencil. This is the light brown shade. I would actually say this is like a deep brown espresso color. I always say it wrong. Might be a little too dark for my hair color right now. I have pretty light hair since I've been outside in the sun. It lightens in the summer. So I really like how creamy this is, but I like that I could actually get hair strokes by using this product. So I'm a fan of this one. I'd probably pass on this one. The lipstick is nice and creamy and comfortable. I really like this formula. It's not settling into lines. It feels quite hydrating. It feels like there's a little bit of like an oil to it. So I like the lipstick. Haven't had a chance to try the liquid lipstick, but it says that it is a velvet matte and it has not completely dried down on my hand and is not transfer proof. So if you're looking for a liquid lipstick that is not going to go anywhere, I would say this is not the formula for you, but it is a nice opaque formula from the looks of the swatch. The contour stick I haven't had a chance to try, but this color looks like it's going to be right up my alley for cream contouring, so I plan to give this one a try soon. And the eyeshadow palette, while it took some building up, I like the end look. So for cosmetics from Dollar General, I think they did a really outstanding job. The foundation's really good, the lipstick is really nice, the blush and highlight are beautiful, the eyeshadows, and you can see them, they're pigmented, they're metallic, they're not chalky or dusty. So I think they did a really nice job with this line. Like I said, this was sent to me in PR, but as always, I'm going to tell you guys my honest opinion. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this one, not a big fan of the contour shade, but the other products, so far, first impressions, I'm enjoying. Okay guys, so it is 9 o'clock at night, so the makeup has been on for about 8 hours now. I still think the foundation looks really nice. I mean, obviously I'm getting a little bit of oils coming through, but with this long, that almost always happens with just about every foundation I've tried. So that's to be expected, but the brows are still intact, the shadow is still intact. The face color is still on, so I'm pretty impressed with those. The lip color wore off within about an hour. It wasn't a long wear. It was just a satin lipstick, so I did expect that. But for dollar store makeup, I am really impressed with the quality of these products, so I would definitely recommend checking out the products I mentioned earlier in the video. I still think they're pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.